Okay, we're at 11:32. We'll get started. Looks like we have a bit of a full house here, so we'll just get this kicked off and running. Thank you very much for joining us today for another edition of Smart Action's demo series. Today we're going to be focusing on utilities, and we're going to do an address update and change for you. David's going to do that. Just some introductions here quickly. My name is Toby. I am an account executive here at Smart Action. I'm joined today by David, who's a part of our solutions team over here, who'll be running the demo. Just a little background on Smart Action. We provide virtual agents as a service to contact centers for the ability for automation within your contact center. So basically, our name of the game is to take those mundane, repetitive tasks, that happen on a day-to-day basis that come through, especially in utilities. Things like start, stop, transfer service, reporting an outage, maybe even, past due bill reminders and collections there. And we can automate those in your contact center. So we'll just deflect those completely away from your agents so that they don't have to deal with them and they can deal with the more tasks that require cognition and require a human in order to rectify those situations. So, we can, like I said, we just take those repetitive conversations, those transactional intents that are coming in, and we'll just deflect those right away from your humans, capture all that information that we need. We'll write that back to your CRM, whatever system you're using, and basically just fully contain that call. So without further ado, we probably want to turn this over to David, and we will get this rolling so you can actually hear what it sounds like.
Thank you, Toby. So I am going to just call in on my phone right here and put it on speaker. You should be able to hear it. If not, Toby will let me know, maybe even stop me. If it persists, then I can just make a recording and this will be on our website afterwards. So feel free to go there after this demonstration and find it there if you want to rewatch it. Again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'll leave some time at the end of this for some questions as well. What I like to ask everyone to pay attention to on this call in particular is the fact how conversational it is. There's not going to be any prompts where it tells me what to say. It's very open-ended. There's no press 1, press 2, press 3. And that's kind of the value that Smart Action brings, is this conversational aspect, which improves the caller's just experience in general. So hope you enjoy and hope you can hear it well.
Hello. Welcome to Smart Action Utilities. From caller ID, I recognize this account. Can you please confirm the first name on the account?
Yeah, it's David.
Welcome back, David. What can I help you with today?
I just need to change the address for my services.
I can certainly help change the address on your account. This should take about 2 minutes, and if you wish to speak with an agent at any time, just press 0 or say agent. Please say your zip code.
75201.
Was that 75201?
Yep, it was.
Please say just the first line of your address, like 123 Main Street.
837 Lindell Street.
Now, I'll confirm each part of your address. Was the house number 837?
Yep.
Was the street name Wendell Street?
Yep.
Please say your apartment or unit number, or say I don't have one.
Unit 5.
Was that unit 5?
Yes, it was.
Thanks. Your address has successfully been updated to 837 Wendell Street, Unit 5, Dallas, Texas, 75201. Is there anything else you would like help with today?
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you for calling Smart Action Utilities. Have a great day. Goodbye.
So there you have it. maybe a couple things I want to point out in that demo. At the beginning, it stated if you want to talk to an agent at any time, just say agent or press 0. That's something we typically build in, so that way the caller doesn't feel trapped inside this automated system, because nobody wants to be trapped in those things. We've all been there, and it's absolutely terrible. The other is 75201 is a legitimate zip code and is Dallas, Texas, which is where I'm at. So we're able to just pull that information from an API. So, and it captured our address very clearly and very easily. And so if you have any questions, feel free to ask us those now.
Another cool piece about that I'll just add, especially with the capturing the zip code first, that is a design element that we do at SmartAction. We have conversational designers, who be dedicated to setting these up for you, who'll basically go through and say, what's the best way to do something? And capturing an address by zip code first, instead of capturing by house name first, allows us to scope down the aperture of what we're listening for after that. So if we're listening for Main Street and we capture Main Street before their zip code, that could be 500 different Main Streets in the United States that it's searching for. Whereas we'll capture the zip code first, so we know their city and state. We don't even have to ask them, right? So when it did pass that out of the conversation, says, okay, we know basically where you are now. Just tell me your street address or the unit number and the street name, and we know everything else. So just from a design standpoint, that's kind of a value prop to where SmartAction comes in as well. And we do this for a couple of different companies at the moment. Seco Energy is a big customer of ours, as well as NMAX, Paytech as well. We're doing bills for in utility space. So something we know pretty well and would love to chat with you a little bit more about. But yeah, we'll open it up for any questions. You're able to chat in if you like. And we'll just give it a minute or two and just see if anyone chats in there. Looks like we have one question from John. John wants to know, how do we integrate with Genesis for a CRM? So that's a great question. Actually, we are vendor agnostic when it comes to CRM systems and telephony systems that we use. So we will just use APIs in order to connect in to access your data and be able to write it backwards and forwards. So we've never run into a system that we haven't worked with already. I'm sure if you have Genesis or anyone else on here who's on 8x8, Dorkdesk, Avaya, all of the above, we've worked with them before and are working with most of them currently. So absolutely vendor agnostic when it comes to that. It's a good question though. Anybody else? James wants to know what languages we provide apart from English. That's a good question. Typically, we do like to start our applications out in English, as we do mostly operate in the United States, North America, including Canada. So English is definitely a big one for us, as well as Spanish. So we do have Spanish applications, but we have the ability to do about 60 different languages at the moment. By using some of the best of breed third-party tools that we use, we're able to integrate those into our own tech stack in order to be able to do multiple languages. Like I said, about 60 of them at the moment. So it's a good question. Any others on there before we wrap it up? Maybe. No?
Jean had one. I don't know if you can see that in there.
No, do you have that one?
Yeah, he's asking, is it possible to present a front-end announcement without the ability for the caller to override, such as your call may be monitored?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Totally.
Toby.
You're welcome to go for that, David. Totally.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know a lot of those calls, in particular, it's like, hey, this is being recorded for, purposes for whatever you might need it to be recorded it for. And we have the ability to allow a voice margin or not. And the way also we build it, if we build a question, we'll make it so that it's expecting an answer. If it's just a statement like that, it's not expecting an answer, therefore it will not listen for an answer. Also,
JP, great to see you here. Thanks for joining us. And another example of that is we do that in collections a lot. Collections, you have to they have a voice recording at the beginning that says that this is a collections call. Anything that you say, will be used for the purposes of collections. They actually have to say that legally. So we do have those front end announcements. So yep, absolutely, it's out there live in the world. But great to have you here.
And Jacob, I saw you raise your hand. I don't know if that was accidental. If you do have a question, you can just type it into the chat there. We'll be happy to answer that for you. If it was an accident, then don't type anything in and we'll just assume it was an accident.
All righty. Anyone else? So I think we're good to wrap it up. We'll give you the 15 minutes back in the day. Appreciate you joining us here today. This has been great. And like I say, always, we do these every other Thursday for a different vertical. So thanks for joining again. If you need to watch this again or would like to pass this along, you're very welcome to see this on our website. We'll have the live recording up in about 24 hours. We'll have everything ready to go. So thanks again for joining us today. Maybe we'll see you not next Thursday, but the one afterwards. But thanks again, David, and everyone that joined. So have a good one.
Thank you. And Toby, do you want to give them their email in case they want to reach out?
Give them my email?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, I guess anyone from the sales team.
Yeah, I'll follow up with you with that one. Otherwise, it's going to have my first and my last name in there. So we'll make sure to follow up with everyone.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, so you have it. So I appreciate that. Thanks, David. I don't know where I'd put it. In the chat.
You can just read it out too.
I have a hyphenated last name. Good luck.
You do a difficult one.
There we go. Popped it in the chat.
Perfect.
So awesome. Alrighty. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye now.